Yo, what's up, guys? I'll give it like 1 minute before we begin. You guys obviously know why I'm live streaming, I hope. I'll give it 1 minute for everybody to get on. So today I'm always transparent with you guys. I took a $34,000 loss today. I never lie about my wins or losses, so I'm okay to tell you guys that. $34,714. I'm not really happy about that, but that's okay. During the holidays, I was up like, I think $55,000 just casually day trading. So I don't really feel that bad about it, right? I'm still making progress in every way. And I'm still up about like day trading about $500,000 from day trading since November the 6th. So, okay, welcome everybody. For those that are new to my channel, you guys will know that I'm always going to be here for you during critical moments like this to update you very transparently, to tell you about my losses, to talk about the dangers, and especially to talk about how we can navigate through this, okay? So I've been in crypto for about 10 years now. I've seen 2 bear markets, 2 bull markets. So let's begin, guys. I want to begin by prefacing that I still believe the bull market is far from over. And I also want to say, if you caught my earlier video today when I was on the elliptical, I said very firmly that if $99,400 ranges ends up breaking to the downside, we're probably going to see a lot more volatility to the downside before we begin that rally to March. So I said there was a small chance it would happen, but unfortunately that small chance became a reality. Okay, so right now, the reason why I'm live streaming is because this here was a major key factor in terms of breaking to the downside. So if you take a look on the 2-day or the 4-day chart, what you're gonna see instead on the 4-day chart is just a really nasty doji type of candle that just doesn't look good. So in the next 1 day and 9 hours, if this ends up being exactly this candle, it's gonna probably signal a fairly large sell-off very soon, and we're gonna see probably a bearish January leading up to the end. But there's still very good news. I don't believe in any way that the bull market is over. So if you take a look at the total market cap, right, you see that the total market cap, it shows a fairly clear support with higher lows that are forming. So a very likely range to accumulate further is if we drop, like the entire market drops about another 5% or so. This is where I'm going to be very interested in accumulating further in terms of adding to a longer swing term position. If you take a look at total 2, the altcoin market, this looks exactly the way it is right now. I posted on Twitter just like a few hours ago, Ben. I posted on Twitter that the altcoin total 2 market cap faces significant resistance. I still firmly believe that there's a huge chance for a massive rally to begin soon from January to March. So the thing about being a professional trader and investor is that you can't just stick to one side. You cannot just be biased towards one side, which is bullish, because if you are only bullish or only bearish, when the scenario ends up flipping, your mentality is going to be headstrong towards that direction, and you're not going to be able to change your bias and accept the fact that you're wrong. The sooner you can accept that you're wrong, right, the faster you can move on. But it's also always important to consider both sides of everything when you're trying to create a narrative that you're going to follow. So even though I was very bullish because we broke above $100,000 roughly, you still have to take a look at the alternative in case you're wrong. And that's how you're going to protect yourself from the risks and the dangers in the market and not overly expose yourself. So for example, a newer investor, he would or a trader rather, I was in a $700,000 long position. So I lost about 5%, which was my tolerance for this particular trade. Most newer traders would still be in this trade, hoping for the best and not acknowledging that we bull trapped above these regions. So if you take a look above, like exactly where this yellow line is, or the white line, this white line, 99,400 was exactly where I said we needed to stay above because of these 3 key reasons. Okay, 3 key resistances, we broke above it. If today ended up closing above that particular price, it would be a different story. But the fact, like, there's still a chance to close above it. There's still a chance for the bulls to actually reclaim this. But the fact that we retrace this high, take a look at this perfect retracement for bears to enter. This here was a golden ratio hit exactly. So because of that, and because of this large candle, it's just not looking good for Bitcoin right now. So unfortunately, my bias is definitely going to flip to bearish short term for now. But my bias for medium term, in terms of the rest of January, like near the end of January to March, is still going to be the same. It's still going to be roughly bullish near the end of January to about the middle of March. And then I still stick to my bias that we're going to be bearish between like late March, April, May, maybe June, and then July we start to flip into bullish months. So unfortunately, this just looks absolutely horrendous right now. So like the next range for Bitcoin to break is probably going to be this range over here. Okay, we're either going to reclaim $99,400 and get well back above it by the time the daily closes, or we're going to stay below it, which is going to confirm the trend change. And then there's even a possibility that we'll get back down all the way to the 92K ranges, which is really going to rock the market. Okay, so but I believe that we're going to hit down over here around $3.2 trillion market cap. Total 2 market cap is going to hit the same. It's going to hit down to these ranges as well. And that's the next place that I'm going to be extremely interested in logging a huge position. And then the Bitcoin dominance, it stays pretty much the same today. So the shitty thing about this was that Bitcoin ended up rallying. Bitcoin broke above that resistance. But because the Bitcoin dominance ended up going up with the Bitcoin price, the altcoins barely fucking moved at all. Like it didn't do anything. The altcoin market stayed pretty much the exact same yesterday, if you've noticed, right? Yesterday, the altcoin market stayed the same. Nothing really rallied except for maybe Render. Render was a really good coin that rallied. But because Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin dominance goes up, altcoin stays the same price instead of rallying. What ends up happening is when Bitcoin falls to the downside, altcoins end up getting wrecked as well. So you can see the coins in my portfolio today, thankfully nothing reached double digits, but you can see coins like even Render just taking a massive hit today of 8%, right? Those are big drops. Polkadot ended up dropping 8%. So I'm just going to be chilling on the sidelines for now. I'm going to let this market unsettle, as I highly recommend for you to consider that as well, because it showed very strongly and very clearly today that the market is not ready to break above and stay above the 100K range. So since 2025, we had a very strong super trend indicator that ended up like basically since the new year, the 6-hour super trend indicator stayed very bullish. In fact, it ended up bouncing right here. But you can see the super trend indicator is now flipping. Okay, it's flipping extremely hard. And also, if you take a look at, for example, the chandelier exit indicator as well, it's now starting to flip as well. The chandelier exit indicator was very bullish from the new year on the 2-hour time frame, but you can see that on the 2-hour time frame, the narrative has entirely flipped right now, and it's gone from green to red. So let's just see some other indicators that we can see here. So on the 2-day chart, we're still above the super trend indicator. On the daily chart, we're still above the super trend indicator as well. Can it hold? We'll see very, very soon. We'll see how the daily ends up finishing to see if it can reclaim another 100%. But I just wanted to update you guys very quickly. You have about 6 minutes of my time left before I have to head to the kitchen. And I just wanted to warn you guys firmly to let you know that we have now faced a massive resistance because we could not break above $99,400 resistance. So now is not the time, in my opinion, to buy, right? You don't want to buy after it gets rejected very, very strongly. The best time to buy would be to acknowledge these market caps, okay? This market cap, wherever the price reaches. It's not a specific zone anymore to me. Like if you think about it, this pattern is holding fairly true, right? It's actually held true since like December almost, like the beginning of December, this lower high pattern. So it makes a lot of sense for me to long things when we get back to this price point down over here, regardless of where the market is going to bring the price of Bitcoin to. So until then, I'm staying on the sidelines. I'm not touching anything. For short term, I don't think or even for swinging longs, I don't think it's wise to do that right now. But for your long-term investment portfolio, you are safe, okay? That's something that I think that you're very safe in. You don't need to worry too much about that right now. What you should be worried more about if you're in a long position is try to minimize your risk and exposure to the market, because the market is fucked right now, guys. I don't know how to add that right now. I literally just answered that question if you should add spot bags to this point or not. I'm going to answer it one more time for all the fucking idiots that can't pay attention. It's not the time to be adding to your spot bags right now. The time to be adding to your spot bag is at major, significant, key level market cap supports. Okay, and that would be around over here, regardless of where that ends up getting to. And also for the total too is over here. Okay, FF. So anyways, I'm just going to take a look. I closed the whole, if you came late to the party, to the stream, I was in a $700,000 long position. I took my $34,000 loss already because we did not stay above the $99,400 support range that should have held, or didn't held rather. So other than that, I'm just going to see if anybody has any good questions to ask. I mean, some good questions that people are asking is like, should I sell and buy back? You got to consider, first of all, what that question means, right? You have to be specific to where your holds are. If it's in your long-term portfolio, no, you shouldn't fucking hold anything. Suck it up, Buttercup. The bull market's not even far from over, right? Suck it up, man. Like, the bull market's far from over. When the dips a little bit further to reach these supports for the market cap, you should be adding more to your long-term portfolio. But if you have like swing positions or shorter term positions that you're managing shorter term, that's not your investment portfolio, yeah, that's definitely an option to consider as well, considering the market's most likely going to drop, right? And if you're in a day trading position and you're still in a long position, you, sir, are fucking, like, it's not good. I was gonna say some mean names, but like, you gotta have some risk management, you know? We literally just rejected 99,400. If you're still in a day trading long position, you're gonna get fucking wrecked very soon, and then you're just gonna be crying about it when the market dips lower. This rejection is extremely important to understand. Maybe if we go back above 100K, like, it's possible. I'm gonna exit now. Too many of the same questions are being asked. If you guys are asking a question, you can rewatch the video. I've answered every question that's been in the chat. Stay safe.